Hey Falcons fans, we're on the brink of something huge. 2025 could be the year Atlanta finally spreads its wings and soars back to the NFC elite. This offseason has been a wild ride, with moves sparking hope on both sides of the ball. We've got a second-year quarterback ready to lead and a draft pick at number 15 that could change everything. But wait, there's a twist. There are whispers about a familiar face, possibly circling back to Flowery Branch, and it's got me raising an eyebrow and my heart racing. What's this mystery move and how does it fit into our grand plans? But first, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, don't wait. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Only 1% of viewers actually subscribe, so let's change that. A small action can make a huge difference. Now, let's dive into the 2025 vision, a fresh start with Michael Penix Jr. at the helm. This is Atlanta's chance to rewrite the script. After years of hovering around mediocrity, the Falcons are building something real. Off-season depth signings at wide receiver, offensive line, and secondary have filled crucial gaps, and our 8th overall pick from last year, Michael Penix Jr., is stepping into the QB1 spotlight. This kid has it all: a cannon for an arm, a cool head, and now a mentor in Falcons legend Matt Ryan, who's teaching him how to lead a franchise. Picture this: Penix dropping dimes to Drake London, with Bijan Robinson gashing defenses in a souped-up offense that screams contender. But here's the catch: our defense needs a game-changer, and the number 15 pick is our shot. Plus, the Kirk Cousins saga is still up in the air. Will he stay as an expensive backup, or will he get shipped out? It's high stakes, and every move counts. This feels a lot like 2011 when we traded the farm for Julio Jones. 5 picks to jump to number 6 and land a generational talent who became our heartbeat. That bold move set the tone for a decade. Now, with Penix as our new face, 2025 is our chance to make another statement. But there's a wild card in the mix, a potential reunion that's got me curious and a little nervous. More on that in a moment, but first, let's talk defense and our draft dreams. Could Jihad Campbell be the next defensive star? Let's zoom in on the draft with insights from NFL.com's Chad Ritter. NFL.com just dropped a mock draft that has Falcons fans buzzing. At number 15, they have us snagging Alabama linebacker Jihad Campbell, and let me tell you, this kid is a game changer. In 2024, Campbell racked up 119 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, an interception, and 2 pass breakups for the Crimson Tide. That's the kind of stat line that makes defensive coordinators drool. Chad Ritter says he's a perfect fit for Raheem Morris and new defensive coordinator Jeff Albrecht, who are looking to build a versatile defense. Campbell has the speed to cover tight ends, the power to stuff the run, and a knack for blitzing that could finally solve our pass rush woes. Think of him as Deion Jones in his prime, but with even more polish. Imagine Campbell roaming the middle of the field, pairing with Troy Anderson to lock down the box, while A.J. Terrell shuts down the opposing team's top wide receiver. Our defense, which has struggled to generate sacks since John Abraham left, could finally breathe fire again. But Campbell isn't just a pick. He's a culture changer. He's the kind of leader who could anchor our defense for a decade. This reminds me of Julio Jones' incredible performance in the 2017 NFC Championship game, where he had 9 catches for 180 yards, shredding the Green Bay defense. Campbell brings that kind of explosive, relentless impact, the spark we need to make a playoff run. Now here's the big question: what happens at quarterback? If we're all in on Penix, that's where the mystery kicks in. The QB situation is a puzzle. Penix is undoubtedly the QB1. His 3 starts last year showed he's ready, throwing for 750 yards and 6 touchdowns. But Kirk Cousins, with his hefty $27.5 million price tag, is a question mark. Should we keep him as a backup, trade him, or cut him? The market is drying up fast, with options like Teddy Bridgewater, Carson Wentz, and Tyler Huntley still available, but they won't be around for long. If Cousins goes, our options become slim. And here's where it gets wild. Whispers are circulating that Atlanta might bring back a former starter we thought was gone for good. I'll let that simmer for a moment, but let's just say it's a name that will spark some serious feelings. This mystery man, let's call him the Prodigal Falcon, started for us not too long ago. He took his lumps and faced the music like a pro, enduring mind-numbing picks and missed reads, but he also stood tall at the podium, owning every mistake. He's not a franchise savior, but as a third stringer or emergency backup, he knows the system and the city. The catch? If Cousins stays, there's no room for him. If Cousins goes and we miss out on veterans like Bridgewater, this guy could be our last resort. It's not about potential, it's about survival. Picture Julio's unforgettable walk-off touchdown against Philly in 2019, a 4th and 3 screen that went for 54 yards to glory. This move might not be flashy, but it's clutch, a pragmatic lifeline to keep Phoenix's era on track. Why does this hit so hard? Because it's personal. This guy is tied to our recent struggles, those 7 to 10 seasons filled with heartbreak and the same old Falcons vibe. Bringing him back feels like revisiting a bad breakup. But if bringing back a familiar face saves us in a pinch, isn't it worth a shot? Think about Julio's incredible 2015 catch against Luke Kuechly, a 70-yard touchdown that crushed Carolina's perfect season. That's the kind of boldness we need in 2025. Sometimes you need a gritty hustle play to get there. So, who's this ghost from the past? I'll drop the name soon, so keep reading. This mystery quarterback is none other than Desmond Ritter. He brings that same vibe. Sure, Ritter's tenure had its ups and downs, too many picks and too many what-ifs. But he's a known quantity, a guy who bled red and black and never shied away from blame. If Cousins bolts and the market dries up, Ritter could be our emergency parachute. He's not a star, but he's a soldier who knows the system. It might not be the fireworks of Julio's 259-yard masterpiece against Green Bay in 2014, but it's the kind of pragmatic move that keeps the dream alive. Jihad Campbell is the splash, Phoenix is the future, and Ritter is the safety net. Together, they form the 2025 blueprint, echoing Julio's legacy of heart and hustle. Now, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Falcons Nation. This is our crossroads. Campbell at 15 could be the defensive cornerstone we've missed since Deion Jones. Phoenix, with Matt Ryan's wisdom, could be our next franchise quarterback. If Ritter returns, he could be a bridge to stability, not stardom. Nail these moves, add depth in free agency, hit on the draft, and clarify the QB situation. And we won't just be NFC South champs, we'll be NFC threats. But if we flop, it's another year of wait till next season. Julio's 13 years and 66 touchdowns have solidified his place as a Hall of Fame lock, showing us what's possible. Now it's on us to match that fire. So what's it gonna be, fans? Jihad Campbell at 15? Yay or nay? Is Penix ready to be QB1? Or is it too risky? And what about a Ritter reunion? Crazy idea or hard pass? Drop your hot takes in the comments. I'm dying to hear what you think. Julio lit the way, and now it's our turn to fly. Smash that like button. Share this with every Falcons die hard, you know. And let's debate. 2025 is knocking, and Atlanta needs to have an answer. Go Falcons.